This is where you're going to explain your offer in a very clear and compelling way. You're going to agitate the prospect's problem, not in a mean way, but just really, we know what it's like. Show that empathy of, what it's like to have that problem. You're going to counter the objections and concerns quickly and decisively. You're going to provide as much proof as possible for each claim of value. And then you're going to secure the sale with a powerful and specific call to action.
This is a remarkable person who's been in Genius Network. I think this is her 7th year in Genius Network. And she always comes with enthusiasm, with passion, with a smile, with a desire to help and serve others. So we really appreciate Summer Felix Mulder being with us today. So here's a formal introduction. Summer Felix Mulder is the founder of the Draw Shop, known as the pioneer of whiteboard animation videos, and today, most importantly, known for helping businesses make their businesses crystal clear through high converting videos. In 2006, Summer had just got divorced and sold a successful internet marketing company that she owned with her husband at the time. Before starting the Draw Shop, just a few years later, Summer continued her copywriting skills from the business she sold and started, writing for popular infomercials, services, and products, which led to her ghostwriting for many New York Times best-selling authors. It was this experience that shed some serious light on how people were sharing their content. Many entrepreneurs and businesses were leaving money on the table for one simple reason. People didn't understand their offer and how that offer would make their customers' lives better. It was the mission of the Draw Shop to help businesses craft their most important messages and communicate them in a way that inspired people to take action. The Draw Shop uses scientifically and psychologically proven methods to craft videos of all styles, from whiteboard animation to 2D cartoon animation, motion graphics, 3D animation, and live action to make video content that converts. Summer and her team work with companies like Genius Network, Google, Uber, the United Nations, Lockheed Martin, Netflix, and many more to communicate their most important messages both internally to their teams and to their audiences. Today, Summer is going to talk video marketing with you, and she's going to share where, when, and how to use video in your marketing funnel to really make a difference in your business. And before I turn it over to Summer, we were kind of trying to calculate, rough estimate. She's done probably over 100 Draw Shop videos for Genius Network over the years. So we believe in this, and we're delighted to bring this to you. So on behalf of Joe Polish and everyone at Genius Network, his team, we welcome all of you and turn the time over to Summer. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to take it back for 1 second. Summer's going to present 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll do Q&A. And we'll attempt to end at about the top of the hour. So write down your questions, get ready. You'll have plenty of time to ask questions. So please help me welcome Summer.
Yay! Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all. I am excited, and I do have a presentation that I'm excited to share and offer my insights, and then, of course, have a conversation afterwards where we can all share our insights. All right, so yes, we are going to talk video marketing today, and I'm super excited about this because, of course, this is what I do. So I get a little bit obsessed over this, but in a very good way. We're going to talk about, as Timothy said, where and when to use video in your marketing that will actually make a difference. So before I start, you just heard a lot about me in terms of the Draw Shop and business. I also wanted to share really quickly, today's my 4-year anniversary with this blended family. You heard that I was divorced back in 2006. I met this amazing man about 13 years ago, and we finally tied the knot 4 years ago. So here we are. You think entrepreneurship is challenging, having a blended family kind of kicks your butt, but it's awesome. So many of you step parents out there. So enough about me though. we are going to talk about video marketing. And I have a question for you to think about. I'll see on the side if I can see you raising your hands. But for how many of you would this make a really big difference in your business? Getting more qualified leads, increasing engagement, and getting higher conversions and more sales. Would that be like a big difference in your business? Would that be considered I'm making a difference? Okay, cool, because that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to share with you insights, and I'm also going to share with you the 9 types of top performing videos that you can use in your marketing funnels that will bring in more traffic, bring in more qualified leads, and keep them engaged and ultimately convert them into sales, because that's what we want. So what I've done is I've broken these 9 types of videos into the 3 parts of your funnel. So we have the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. And in each of those, I'm going to talk about the 3 important videos to have in those parts of the funnel. Some of them might not be trendy, but they are reliable. Some of them might not be super sexy, but they are effective. And some of them might not be new to you, but they are proven. So what I'm hoping is that you might say, yeah, I've heard of that, but am I using that? Maybe some of these things are going to be a reminder to you. My goal is that you're really thinking about, where am I not using video that could really make a difference? So let's talk about the top of the funnel. This is really the place where people have no idea who you are yet. So you want to attract them, you want to qualify, and you want to capture them, capture their information. The whole purpose of this beginning part where they have no idea who you are is to earn your leads' attention. Remember, they're completely cold at this place and they know nothing about you. So what you want to do is qualify whether or not they would be a good fit for your business. This is the place to do that. And then you want to capture them into your audience, whether that means they are a follower on your social media or on a YouTube channel, maybe a subscriber to your email list, and just turning them into a prospect and bringing them into the buyer's journey. So one of the most very important videos in this part of the funnel are problem solution videos. So remembering that they have no idea who you are. They are just going about their business, tragically unaware that you even exist. At the same time, they are painfully aware of the problem that they have. So think of your service or product and what problem does your prospect have? That is, it's painful. They want to get rid of it. So you want to, with these videos, meet them where they are. What are they struggling with? What is the conversation that's happening in their head? What are the thoughts that they're having? This is where you can meet them and immediately get them to go, oh my gosh, they understand what I'm going through. And you also want to offer the solution. Here's the solution to that pain point. And then because you've intrigued them that you have a solution to this problem, now you're inviting them to stick around, where you can start to bring them more value. I kind of think of this, and I'm sure you guys have heard this before, this part of the funnel is like that first date. The second part, or the second video in this funnel, is your why video. So in your why video, this is an awesome opportunity to really talk about why you're doing what you're doing. What are the values that you have within your brand or your product, your service, your company? What is the mission that you're on? What is the vision that you have in terms of where you're going and how many people you're going to help? This is also a great place for people to start to see why they're going to choose you over the competition. And another thing about this why video is it's an opportunity to share your stories. We all have reasons, hopefully, that we have started our businesses. Something was really important to us. We saw a lack in the industry that we wanted to fix. Or you have some type of a story, maybe it's your own hero's journey that got you to where you are now to start this business. People get inspired by that and they become connected. And what really happens is that they start to see themselves in that story. The third video, the simple action video. It is literally as simple as it sounds. Show them how to take the next step with you as simply as possible into solving their problem. So what that looks like is, hey, click here, opt in, give us your name and email, book an appointment, let's do a free strategy call, download this free guide, It's giving them just a bit of something to keep them going. It's kind of like, I don't want to forget you. I went on that first date with you. We had a good time. We had some good banter. I'm kind of into this. I'm not committed yet. I'm not sure, but I think I'm interested enough to go on that second date and learn more about you. So yeah, maybe I will give you my number just to make sure I don't lose contact with you. Think of it that way. So now that we've got these leads that are turning from cold into warm, we're now bringing them into the middle of the funnel. So you've just qualified. At the beginning of the top of the funnel, it was qualifying. So you've qualified them into, okay, you're interested enough. I want you now in this middle of the funnel. Let's continue this journey together. This is where you really start to build trust, educating them, and really, again, differentiating yourself from the competition. So you here are educating your leads about your offer and how that offer can help them achieve their goals and solve their problems. Essentially, you want to do both of those. It's where you continue to set yourself apart, because at this stage, they are comparison shopping. They have a problem. They're probably opting in everywhere. They're trying to see who's going to be the best provider to solve this problem. What's going to be the best diet? What's going to be the best fitness plan? What's going to be the best lead generator? What's going to be the best solution for my marriage? Whatever that problem is, they're opting in and they want to find out who's going to be the best person. Again, dating. I'm dating a lot of people, and I'm going to go on this second date. Who's going to be the one that I want to actually spend my time with? So the primary focus here is, again, educating them and really building that trust. And it's also important to continue to deliver ongoing, really good, massive content. When I say massive content, or massive value, I don't mean a ton of stuff that overwhelms them. It can be just little things, but it's just enough that gets them to go, okay, I'm actually getting a lot out of this, and they're not really asking me for anything. There's no strings attached. It's just keeping it light and mellow. So one of the greatest videos that you can have at this point is a comparison video. So these are videos that can really answer the objections that they're having at this point right now. What are the questions going on about, well, if I were to take this, take this further, are there any red flags? Are there things coming up? Answer them before they even have a chance to ask you about them. It's also a place to point out the industry inadequate standards. So you can start to talk about, and I don't mean, shame your competitors, but what are the things that people are frustrated about in your industry that you do differently? These are key things that people get attached to. Well, most of these people have no guarantee. There's so much risk involved. But if I go with this brand, there's not really any risk. So that makes me feel more comfortable. What are the things that you do better? And what are the differentiators between the competition and yourself? And this is also a great place, if you have a compelling guarantee, this is a great place to talk about that in these comparison videos.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
The next, explainer videos. Now, I am totally biased here because we are a company that does explainer videos, but I do believe that any video marketing strategy needs to leverage explainer videos at all parts in your marketing. And this is one of the best places in this middle of the funnel, because if you have a product or service that is complex, that is a little bit confusing or can be overwhelming, this is the place where you can explain it in the most simplest way. Little sound bites. Maybe it's daily videos. There's a lot of people that are doing really great things on YouTube or in their email campaigns where it's a daily video that might be a 1-minute tidbit of value that can actually move people forward. So the audience is going, wow, that was just a little bit of advice, but it actually was a game changer for my day or for my week. Things like that, little explainer videos that just kind of explain something so simply. And you're just kind of like dripping out this content to them and getting them more connected to your brand. So with explainer videos, you really want to show how easy it is, whether that's your service, your product, whatever those things are. This is really how easy it is when you sign up with our brand. This is really how easy the fitness program is. This is really how easy it is to use our software program. You also want to show the desired results and get them to see themselves in that after transformation moment. These are the results that using this will bring you. And then risk reversal is always amazing, because people are so much more likely to stay connected to your brand when they don't feel that there is this big, heavy, committed risk involved. And now demo videos. So we have discussed the general problem solution. We discussed explainer videos, comparison videos, demo videos. I'm a huge fan of demo videos and tutorial videos, because it gets you into the customer mode as if you're already a customer. It lets you experience what your solution is before they've even committed to the solution. So for example, if it's an app, or if it's some type of a software, or maybe it's, hey, here's what you're going to get when you sign on with this fitness program or diet program. You get to go through what they're actually going to experience. So here's what you'll do. And it actually helps people to realize it's not going to be overwhelming. It's actually going to be super simple. And wow, this really is going to be a solution to my problem. It demonstrates the real value in solving the real problems your prospects are struggling with. Demo videos are awesome. They're really great after, at this point, after a sales call, after somebody has booked an appointment with you, wanted to talk about something. Great, let me send you over a demo video that you can share with your team, that you can really experience what it is that happens once you become a customer. And it allows you the opportunity to really show off your product or service before they buy in a way that is compelling and easy to understand. And the goal is to really make them get excited and go, okay, well, now I want to keep having this. I want to keep having that experience. So now your leads are a lot more warmed up. They know more about you. They're trusting you. And now comes the critical point of, are they going to move forward with you? Are they going to become a customer? This is where it is so important to prove, reassure, and convert. So the purpose of this stage of the funnel is showing overwhelming concrete proof that your product or service can deliver the results that they need. This is where you're going to address, again, the objections, which might be a little bit different, but the objections that happen, that come up right before you click that buy button or say, yes, I'm going to sign the contract. What are those objections? This is like so powerful at this stage to answer these. And then, of course, it's making that irresistible offer that makes them say, okay, this is a no-brainer. How do I not do this? I've experienced the demo. You've answered my objections. I've got all of this proof and reason why. I can't think of a reason not to. That's the goal here at the bottom of the funnel. So case studies. This is where case studies come in. Case studies are incredible because they help with two things. They provide the social proof that your product or your service works. They go, oh my gosh, okay, that person who had a very similar situation to me, a problem just like I did, got those results. They've been through all the stuff I've been through. Then this happened, and now they have these results. Amazing. Everybody loves a really good case study. I know for me, it's definitely the thing that pushes me forward and goes, okay, if that company similar to mine got those results, I'm in. It also communicates the scope of results and transformation that you can deliver. And that's what people care about. At the end of the day, they care about that after. Where is this going to bring me, and how is it going to make me feel afterwards? How does this make my life better? If it made their life better, okay, this might be the thing for me. So now we go into video testimonials, which video testimonials are a little bit different than case studies, because video testimonials are really going to be about the emotional aspect of the experience that your customers have had with you. So where case studies have a rational and analytical component, video testimonials are mostly emotionally and story driven. What do those need to contain? And these are coming from your customers. So it's not just a case study that you've got printed out with numbers. This is coming from your customers. And what you want to accomplish in these videos are how they used to struggle before discovering your offer, the dramatic moment that your solution came to the rescue, and the amazing after picture of their life right now. People get so connected to these. And there's some great testimonials out there, but a lot of times people say, yeah, that was a great company to work with, great team, it was awesome. But people just go, okay, cool, somebody liked working with you. It's really about the story behind it that people get drawn to. So really painting the picture of here's where I was at. I tried every single fitness program. I tried every single diet on the planet. And then I saw this product. And you know what? It came at a time when I was so desperate. And so I used it. And here I am 3 months later, I have more energy. My relationships are better. I'm doing better at work. I just feel like I'm on top of the world. Those are the things you want your video testimonials to contain. And finally, the 9th top performing video. This is the sales video. So really sales videos they're like an explainer video, but they have a much bigger job. They take on a lot of responsibility. So whether it's a short sales video, a long video sales letter, the messaging is going to be so important because you're going to kind of take a bunch of those things that we talked about in those first 8 videos, and you're going to sprinkle them throughout this sales video and really take them through the whole journey again. This is where you're going to explain your offer in a very clear and compelling way. You're going to agitate the prospect's problem, not in a mean way, but just really, we know what it's like. Show that empathy of, what it's like to have that problem. You're going to counter the objections and concerns quickly and decisively. You're going to provide as much proof as possible for each claim of value. And then you're going to secure the sale with a powerful and specific call to action. So those are the 9 videos. And I want to answer before we open up into questions and sharing insights. I want to answer 2 questions right off the bat, because these are some of the most popular questions that we get at our business at the Draw Shop. And that is, what medium of videos should I use? I just talked about all these different videos. Now you're like, okay, wait, do I have to be on my phone and do this? Do I have to have a full production crew? Do I have to have animated? Does it have to be whiteboard? Should it be 2D? It can be overwhelming, all the types of videos. And here's the truth of the matter. It can be any of those styles. If you have a full production crew, that's awesome. If you have your handheld device with the awesome quality of filming that they do now, you can do that as well. If you really need to explain something that's complex, do a whiteboard animation video. If you want to share numbers and show a specific case study in a video, try some infographics. There's so many different ways that so many different mediums that you can use that are really, really effective. What you want to make sure of is the messaging. You want to make sure that you're accomplishing all of those goals that I talked about within those videos. So the quality in terms of the production, yes, of course it's important, but equally as important as the messaging and what people are seeing and hearing and how it's going to inspire them at the end of that video to take the next step. It's so important. And be clear on each video. What next step do I need this person to take? Is it opting in? Is it replying to this email? Is it booking an appointment? Is it clicking buy now? Is it call me on the phone? Is it just to reply yes or no? Just what is that clear action that you need to take, and know that at the beginning. So yeah, your videos can be live action. You can see all different samples here. Live action, talking head, animation, just you with your smartphone. The next question that we get a ton of is, how do I know I'm going to see ROI from these videos? That's a big question, right? Because you're probably, if you're going to a production company and you're going to spend a lot of money, you want to know that you're going to see some ROI. That's with anything that you invest in. And I'm glad you asked this, because we get this question so much. We actually created an ROI calculator. And this is where you can plug in, for example, a landing page. You can plug in some numbers. How many visitors do I typically get to this page? What's the lifetime value of my customer? How much am I going to invest in a video? You can plug in all of those numbers and it will spit out what your projected ROI from that one video will be. So I'm going to show you in just a minute when I'll give you a screen that has my email, and you can email me and I will send you this calculator. You can play around with it. It's super fun. But of course, I have to show one of our videos because we actually made a video using a 1-minute explainer video as an example so that you could see what type of an ROI that could have. So let's make sure I can play that. Oops, that didn't work. Let's see. There we go.
Summer, are we supposed to be hearing something?
Oh, can you not hear that?
Am I the only one who can't hear it? Anybody else not hear it?
Oh, you
Yeah,
can't hear it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, how do I? Huh. Okay, you know what?
Hey, Summer, if you have your mic and speakers plugged in, disconnect those for a moment, and then we'll hear the sound for your computer.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see if that.
So good. So good.
Okay, let's see if I can disconnect because I'm on a. Let me try this.
And Dr. Ravi has shared in chat that when you share on a Zoom screen, there's a button that says include audio. And if you stop and then reshare, you might need to stop it and then reshare it.
66% less than the industry average of $6,000. Once you download your video, which explains with
all right, Summer, we've got audio if you want to back it up to the beginning.
Why it matters to you. What kind of return on investment can you expect from your Draw Shop explainer video? Let's do the math. One 60-second whiteboard explainer video with the Draw Shop costs approximately $2,000, 66% less than the industry average of $6,000. Once you download your video, which explains with utmost clarity how your product or service works and why it matters to your prospects, it gets placed on your landing page, where the goal is to have visitors enter their information, making them a qualified lead. According to a study by Overlow, landing pages with video convert 86% better than landing pages without video. An Unbound study found that the average landing page converts at 6.5%. But when you add video, that conversion rate can as much as double, from a 6.5% conversion rate to between 11 and 13%. Let's be conservative and say that this landing page using the explainer video mentioned above converts at 10%, meaning 10% of the people that watch your jaw-dropping, impossible to misunderstand explainer video will convert into a qualified lead. Based on your industry and your sales talent, you'll have a certain closing percentage. Let's use 5% to be conservative. That means if 1,000 visitors watch the video, you'd get 100 qualified leads, and 5% of those leads will become customers, which is one new customer per 200 views. Now calculate the LTV of that client. Is it $100, $200, $25,000? We use conservative numbers for this example, but it's pretty clear to see why industries of all kinds are consistently using explainer videos. If one explainer video on a landing page can have this massive effect, imagine the kind of impact explainer videos throughout your sales funnel would have on your brand, conversions, and ROI goals.
Right. Are you all able to hear that?
So we're having a hard time hearing you now, Summer.
Oh, okay. I think it just connected. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. So that just gives you a little bit of a taste of what one explainer video can do. And interesting fact is that Cisco says 83% of all online traffic will be video by 2022, which is crazy. That's 6 months away. So you guys already have an advantage here because you just learned the 9 types of top performing videos that you can insert into your marketing funnels, which videos to use at which time, at which part of the funnel, and of course, the impact that those videos can have on your business. So the question for you is, what will you do now? Being that video content is the #1 media, no matter what industry, and that it can generate incredible results no matter where you use it, think of how you will use it to stay ahead of the game. Will it be explainer videos for a new product or service? Will it be in your social media marketing funnels? Will it be a video sales letter? Maybe it's an internal training video for your sales team. Maybe it's onboarding videos for your customers to get them moving forward. Or maybe it's an email drip campaign video. The main thing for you to do to take action now is to take a look at your funnel and where you know you need to increase engagement and conversions. Where are you seeing a little bit of a holdup and things not happening the way that you would like them to? And try inserting a really high quality, effective, high converting explainer video. And that is my presentation. Those are my insights. Here is my email for you. And the subject line, if you put the ROI calculator in the subject line, I will know to immediately send you over that calculator. Oh, I'm trying to move. Making sure I can see you all.
So are you going to stop sharing your screen? Is that
yes?
Okay. So Renee Nelson, who's a very enthusiastic Genius Network member, by the way. Wow, great presentation and information. And Tarna says, so good. And so I'm going to echo that. That was terrific. It was a great presentation. The information is really valuable and spot on. So thank you very much, Summer. Okay, who has a question for Summer? You can go ahead. I can see the whole, I can see most of the screen. If you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. Ravi, you do. Go ahead.
I raised my real hand. Summer, thank you so much. We were supposed to chat last week, but we will find some time next week.
Yes.
My question is, when you have a series of these videos, what's important is what happens next. So do you recommend that we use your videos on our own current web forms, or do you have some sort of a capture mechanism to go from the top of the funnel to the middle to the bottom, some sort of click funnels or any other system?
Well, so we do use ClickFunnels. So let me see if I'm understanding. So are you saying where to use the videos throughout once after they've seen that one video? What happens after that?
Yeah, because if you mentioned there is a video at the top of the funnel and then
Yes.
the middle and the bottom. So for each of these, are you expecting us to have our own landing pages with
yes.
your videos, and how do we capture them through the entire cycle?
A lot of times teams do have that. We actually do have a whole, like another division of our company that can help you with that and build the landing pages and insert the videos for you. Definitely. And even create the entire funnel if you need that.
Perfect. We'll talk more next week. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, who else? I'm just reading in the chat. Sherry said that was great. Thank you. David Hill, that was solid. All right, I like that from David. And somebody was asking about your email address, but it's there, summer@thedrawshop.com. So who else has a question?
I saw Cosmo.
I've got a question.
Oh, Mr. Cosmo Kramer Boyd. Hit us, Cosmo.
The videos are great. What is the process that goes from our mind into your video? I mean, how do we put together the story, or do you help us put together the story, or do we need to have it all written and put together and then you take it from there? How does that work?
That's a great question. We do all of that. What we do is we take you through at the very, very beginning a creative brief. And what we're doing is asking very specific questions that pull the exact information that we need to then compose that whole story. And it's a really fun process. It's I don't know, maybe 15 questions, but it's getting a little bit of information from you saying who's your customer, what do you want to happen, what are your goals, what are their objections. And sometimes you might not know all of that. And so we know the questions to ask in order to get that information, but we handle all of that. We do all the heavy lifting when it comes to creating the story and turning it into a video.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, Summer, I think
Timothy, I have a question.
Oh, please go ahead. Who is this?
This is Wes Cirque.
Go ahead, Wesley.
All right. This is more about videos in general, not just the draw shop videos. But I've seen a recent trend of videos where people are recording it and at the bottom it's transcribed. And to me, that's very distracting, but I see it happens more and more and more. Is that a trend? Is there research that says that converts or gets interest better? I'm just wondering why it happens so much now.
So yeah, that became something that really became popular, especially for ad type videos or when people are scrolling through on YouTube. And it's really for the purpose of, I can't have my sound on my phone right now, but I want to see what they're talking about because the subject line or the topic of this video really got my attention. So they're looking at the bottom to see what that text is to make sure it's something that they want to stay engaged in, and maybe they'll save it for later and then watch it. But there's those two thoughts, like that's going to be super distracting. It can be with certain like whiteboard. You're trying to watch the hand and you want to hear it because the value of a whiteboard video is watching the hand and hearing the voice. But sometimes, again, it's just that topic of the video that gets somebody's attention and they don't want to miss out on it.
Okay, thanks. So does that mean that we should, if it's just us recording a video, like an informational video, that we should put that or not put that? I guess I'm not sure. I don't want my own personal bias to say, hey, I don't like that.
Totally, I got you. No, and honestly, it has been proving to be more effective, especially, if it is a personal video that you're talking, say you have an Instagram, like an IGTV video that you've done. People will click on it and they can't listen to the sound because they're at their daughter's dance recital or something, but they want to look at this. So it does tend to engage more when there's a transcript there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Wes. Who else has a question? So two things. One is that one of my favorite draw shop videos of all time is the one you did for Joe, is selling evil.
Yeah.
And so Gina put that in the chat. Anyone who wants to watch that, just scroll up to the top of the chat because Gina put that in before we even started. But I don't know how many times that's been seen, but that's been a very, very helpful video. And then Evan Carmichael, he talks about video, doesn't he, on YouTube, Summer? He's done some deep dives with that. So I'm just kind of picturing on a YouTube channel some of your draw shop videos. How does that play there? Just like any other? Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, they're awesome. I mean, really, it's for, and again, there's different styles of video that you can use. Whiteboard still tends to be really, really effective when you're explaining something that you really need somebody to pay attention to. So if it's something that you're like, I really need you to understand this, whether it's an onboarding process, whether it's explaining specifically how your service or product is going to help someone, it's just engaging. And it's been around for a really long time, and it still proves to be really, really effective and high converting. So Summer, Ravi had to run because guess what? He's celebrating his anniversary. Oh, nice. I love it. So you and he were married the same time of year. But anyway, somebody asked, John Dalton asked if we can get your slides. Are they for sale for $10,000 or are you? $10,000. I'll put in my PayPal link. Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to share that. So if you want to send me an email, I'll send you that calculator. I'll send you the slides. I'll send you the video. Absolutely. Fantastic. So your email again is summer@thedrawshop.com. Is that right? Yes, correct. Excellent. Thank you, Summer. That's very generous. Okay, who else? Question, comment?
Hey, I have a question, Tim.
Go ahead, David.
Hey, good to see you. Summer, great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
The question is with regards to the videos. I know you have 9 different videos. I'm guessing we would want to have one of each, and then it would be like a sequence to send them out. And so is there a tool that can help us with that, so that somebody watches one video, then we know, and then they'll get the next video, or is there a different process?
So there's a few ways to go about that. So that would really come down to looking at your funnel and what you have currently in place, because some of those videos would be like in that top of the funnel. A lot of those videos would be, we're marketing via paid media. So maybe it's that first Facebook video that they see. They took some interest in it. They viewed it. They clicked. They might have looked at your site. Now we're going to retarget them with that second video. And then you're going to retarget with that third video. So yes, there are ways that we can do that.
And that's a service that you guys offer to kind of consult through all those steps.
Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to send you an email. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, David. Who else? So Summer, you thrilled us to such a great degree that we have our answers questions. Renee, thanks, Summer. I need to bounce. That's how they say it in Washington. That's I need to bounce to a client meeting, sending genius love. So I think that we all feel very, very grateful for what you've shared. So unless there's another question, I'm going to ask Summer for any final comments, anything you want to wrap up with. Tarna, you came on screen. Does that mean you've got something?
I do, because there's magic in what she shared beyond what she shared. And I wanted to make sure we pointed it out so that it was our final takeaway.
Okay.
She just broke down the whole psychology of your top, middle, and bottom of funnel. Before I go too far into what I'm going to share, I want to remind everyone your team can be on this. So remember, with the Genius Mornings, this is something your team is available to come to. I know we have John Ratliff, CMO, on today. I'm not sure if she's still here with us, but keep that in mind, because a lot of the psychology she shared in this presentation, please do share it with your team, because it's the customer journey. We call it a funnel. We call it draw shop videos, but she just took that whole illustration of introducing the psychology of the problem that you solve with your business, and then taking you all the way through to the buying decision 24/7, 365, your best salesperson out there. So take her serious when she says, even if it's just the audio, and that's what you've got to get over to Summer, the psychology in that presentation is worth printing out that slide deck and saying, where do we start? What ones would be the most important to start with draw shop? And then build that into your marketing plan with your team to get that fully automated sales process. That's what I wanted to share as our key takeaway there, because there's a lot of genius in what Summer shared beyond the amazing illustrations that they do that bring it to life and create the ability for the audience to place themselves there. It's not your face. There's no preconceived notions. It's just they're really captivated on the customer journey. No distractions, no weird busy backgrounds, no dog walking in the background. It's so there was a lot in this, and this one's worth making sure that you watch again or share with the best person on your team to help you bring this to life. And thank you, Summer. That was magic.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I totally agree. It's something really great to share with your team and whoever is in charge of your sales and marketing, and going, okay, are we hitting all of these points in these different parts of the funnel?
Yeah.
So Summer, Joe always ends interviews that he does. What should we have asked you that we did not?
I think I did answer this before on that last slide, but I think the most important thing is, how do I know where I should be using this? Even if it's just one place. And I think it's really understanding, there's that whole saying of if it's not, you can't improve what's not measured, and really understanding all of your numbers in every part of your sales process. So if you're going like, gosh, I'm not getting enough leads, really understand the numbers. Well, how many people are even coming to your site? Do you know that? Do you know how many are converting? Do you know how many people are moving forward with you? What happens when they had a meeting with your salesperson? Is your salesperson converting at a decent percentage? All of these questions, then you can, when you have clarity on all of those numbers from the very top of the funnel to the very bottom of the funnel, then you can start to say, okay, right here is where we need to improve. In sales, we're not closing enough. Or in leads, people are seeing our ads and nobody's taking action. Why is that? So I think that's the main thing, is to really, what should I be looking at, Summer? What should I be looking at in my whole marketing? Look at from the very beginning to the end and know all the numbers. It is so enlightening, because then you can go, okay, now I know what I need to shift. Now I know what I need to fix.
Very good. Glad Joe asked.
Thanks, Joe. We miss you.
Joe. Okay, everyone. Any last question real quick?
I think I might be able to share this. Is Selling Evil animated video?
Gina, this would be cool. It'd be a great way to kind of.
Let me share screen.
This is like 9 years ago.
Okay, I was just gonna say, how old is this? Yeah,
this is 2012.
We've greatly improved the whiteboard quality since this, but it's still a super effective video.
All right, are we ready?
Selling evil? Well, my favorite definition of selling came from my very dear friend, Dan Sullivan, who is brilliant. And he said that selling is getting someone intellectually engaged in a future result that's good for them and getting them to emotionally commit to take action to achieve that result. So if you just look at that definition, it's profound. Getting someone intellectually engaged in a bigger future that's good for them and getting them to emotionally commit to take action to achieve that result. Well, if you take out the word good for them, then selling could be evil. Okay, meaning Martin Luther King got people intellectually engaged in a future result and got them to commit to take action. Mother Teresa did. John F. Kennedy did. Well, so does every salesperson on the planet. So did Hitler. Hitler got people intellectually and emotionally engaged in a future result that murdered people. Wasn't good in that standpoint. But saying that selling is evil is like saying oxygen is evil. Oxygen is bad. The human body, no organism could survive without oxygen. No business can survive. No country can survive. No economy can survive and be free without sales. Sales is the oxygen that makes all of it work. You eliminate salespeople, you've eliminated the entire sales force. Most people learn what it is they know about cars, about financial instruments, about plumbing, about anything more from salespeople than they do from school. It's the salespeople that are incentivized to actually sell a product or service because they might actually make some money or commission that are out there educating people about it. Think about all of the things we know in our life that we learned about because we went to a store and someone told us about it. I mean, if you go to a department store and someone starts explaining how to use a DVD player, I mean, it's not like you're sitting home watching a documentary on, how to a DVD player works. I mean, you learn that stuff from salespeople. So not only are salespeople not evil, salespeople are saviors. Marketers are saviors. They are the carriers of messages all over the world. Every significant thing that has ever happened in mankind came because someone was incentivized to sell it. The problem is the association that people have with selling. They think selling is bad because they say, oh, I went, the story of I went to a car lot and someone used manipulation to try to talk me into something I didn't want. People love to be sold. They hate to be pressured. When you're in an environment where someone is educating you and offering you something that you really want, you don't even perceive that as being sold. That's enjoyable. That's fun. And as a matter of fact, I take this so seriously that everything that comes out of your mouth, my mouth, anyone's mouth is either designed to attract someone to do something you want them to do or repel them. And some sales jobs are repelling. But any person that's watching this has ever gone to a movie, read a book, went to a restaurant and ate, and then told someone about the book, the restaurant, or the movie, and that person actually took their advice and went and did it, they successfully made a sale. People sell all day long. The problem with people saying anti-selling is they're selling themselves on the fact that they can't sell. What's going to happen in the world if somebody doesn't sell and market it? Where would the jobs be if there was no incentivization for selling and marketing? It'd be a dictatorship. It'd be communism. I mean, that's not the world I want to live in. So selling absolutely is not evil. Can you use techniques and methods to manipulate people? Yes, of course you could. I mean, is a gun good or bad? Well, a gun could be used to hunt or self-defense, or it could be used to kill people or to rob people. Well, any sort of technique can be done in the same way, and not just selling. But selling just seems to get a bad rap, mostly because people that don't know how to do it are the ones that always talk down about it, not realizing that everything that exists in the world that they probably benefit from light bulbs to carpets to chairs to cars to music they listen to, some salesperson was incentivized to create it.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Summer. Summer, why is that such a good video?
9 years later, right? And it still rings true, every bit of it. So here's the thing. There's something about that your brain that retains when you see the pictures drawn out and you're listening to it. You could hear the original video was Joe sitting in his big, what's that chair? It's like got all the flames and everything.
Hot seat, kind of the hot seat.
The hot seat. So, and he's talking about it. And if you're sitting across from Joe, it's awesome. You're listening to it and you're like, that's really great. But there's something about what happens in your brain where when you're talking to someone, your brain has this responsibility of coming up with pictures. And you have to think about it a little bit more. And sometimes in those moments, you lose it because you're like, oh, wait a minute, now I'm catching up because I was thinking about this and what you were trying to explain. I just missed your next sentence. So the whole thing about these animations is that you're seeing it and hearing it at the same time. Your brain is like, I don't even have to come up with it because there it is. There's the music and the this he's talking about. Oh yeah, when you watch Dr. I didn't have to go, oh yeah. And you're able to just get it. And what happens when you get it, when you understand something, you get a dopamine hit. When you get a dopamine hit, you feel good. You feel awesome. You're like, I get it. And what that makes you feel is connected to what you're watching and what you're seeing. So that connection is like, boom. Well, you just built trust with me because A, you made me feel smart because I get what you're talking about. And B, I understand this whole problem. I don't feel confused. You didn't lose me. I'm engaged. And that's what we want to do is build that trust.
That is so good. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Summer.
Thank you.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.